This is Music, and this is another hand-themed episode of First Impressions. Welcome to another First Impressions video. In these videos, I share with you my first impressions of the many blind buys I've picked up lately. I have a handful of CDs this time, 5 of them, only 3 artists though, and they're all Japanese artists. Let's just get down to business, starting out with this one here, Moonbow Genesis by Isiliel. This is actually not the cover artwork. This is just the front page of the booklet with Himari, the singer, striking some kind of cool pose. It actually looks pretty cool, this front page of the booklet. I do have the Digipack stored safely somewhere else, so don't you worry. And the cover art on the version I have actually looks like this. So there you go. Now, the core style, in at least to my ears, on this album, it's some kind of gothic metal. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stuff going on here genre-wise. This is a true dark musical journey with obviously some gothic metal elements. You got some more modern metal elements, even a little bit of metalcore. You have some melodic death metal stuff popping up. You have even some hard rock and alternative rock every now and then, some ballady and quieter elements, and you have some traditional music instruments. So there's more of a folky heart to it every now and then. You got some epic, almost symphonic elements too, and you have black metal elements, complete with blast beats and all that good stuff. And the first time I heard a song from Isiliel, that was actually on the Radio Raku Sokuho show, and it was actually the black metal bits that kind of drew me in to this music because I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, so musically, it's a dark musical journey, very heavy guitar tone, lots of cool things going on. Everything blends together seamlessly. Excellent stuff musically. Now, the vocalist Himari has a very gentle and soft voice, and she does some gentle and soft but kind of haunting vocal harmonies with herself in several places in the in this album, and haunting vocal melodies too. And I really like the softness and gentleness of her voice, how it's contrasted with the harder and heavier and darker uh, music on here. So I quite enjoy her vocal performance. It's a bit unusual, perhaps, for a metal vocalist, but it works very well. And strangely enough, in places, her voice kind of reminds me of Akinu Arai's voice in the song, ironically called Voices, which is one of my favorite pieces of music. It's not metal or rock or anything like that. Uh, I don't know why. I just get that vibe in some of her performance. So yeah, interesting. Now, yeah, Isiliel, technically a Japanese artist, but this is really a Norwegian and Japanese collaboration project because you have some very skilled and talented Norwegian musicians, producers, and composers that have been involved um, in this one here, including the composer Nikolai Hovland or Nikken, who composed all the songs. So that fantastic musical journey that this album offers, that's thanks to him. And of course, Himari's vocals on top of that. And yeah, he's done a great job in writing those or composing those songs on here. And he is not only a skilled musician, he's also very, very knowledgeable. I had the distinct honor and pleasure of being on one episode of Radio Rakusokuho with, of course, David, the main host, but also Nikolai Hovland or Nikken, very knowledgeable guy. It was very educational to be on that episode with him. But anyways, Yeah, so technically, I guess Japanese release, but really Japanese slash Norwegian Gothic metal with all sorts of interesting things going on. This is definitely worth checking out if you like your female fronted Gothic metal. Definitely check this out. Okay, up next we have something quite different. This one here, In the Stream by Lipstick, a single with 3 tracks on it, but I guess it's an EP because it's, as far as I remember, it's 15 minutes. So the songs are actually they're actually kind of long, and this is straight up heavy metal with more power metal than I expected, but it is somewhere in between heavy metal and power metal. And yeah, so you have these 3 songs, and I think they're all great. Just catchy, riffy, heavy metal songs with awesome guitar work by Sally, I think is the guitarist here. I don't know if it's the same Sally that has a YouTube presence and, does a lot of like short videos and plays the guitar on YouTube and so on and so forth. Don't know if it's the same person, haven't looked into it, but awesome songs on here. Great if you just like your straight up heavy metal with power metal punch. And I have another Lipstick release here. This is Far East Shock, live in Japan, Far East Shock. So yeah, this is a live album. You got 10 songs on here. And again, straight up heavy metal, but with more of a power metal punch than you might expect. Great songs, really, really great songs. And it sounds like, I don't know because I didn't look into it, if it's from one show or if it's from like different shows around Japan. But it sounds like some very intimate, like small venues and a very, very fired up audience. So I would love to go and watch this band live, maybe on their home turf. Yeah, I think they're from Shibuya in Tokyo. I think so. Uh, but this is a great high energy live album, but the production is raw and rough around the edges. It's not super polished. It does have a very underground feel to it, and I know this is something that will appeal to a lot of people. So I really enjoy having this one. I would like to pick up some more of their studio stuff eventually, so I can have the studio versions of these songs if they are on studio releases. Some of them might not be. But yeah, excellent stuff. Worth picking up if you like your live releases. Up next, we got a veteran on the Japanese rock scene, uh, Mari Hamada. This is Aesthetica, and I really like the aesthetics of this. With these ruins and she is wearing this kind of folky outfit too. It all blends together very, very nicely. So Mari Hamada started out before, as far as I understand, before she became a professional musician, she was in a punk band, and then her professional career started with heavy metal and speed metal, and then she went into hard rock, then she went into pop rock and soft rock, and then she went kind of back into hard rock, and now she's doing progressive power metal, at least her most recent album, as of me shooting this, Soar. Uh, this one here is it's more of a melodic hard rock meets pop rock album. It starts out with some more hard rocking songs, and some of them are even like kind of epic heavy metal songs or epic hard rock songs, and then they become progressively more melodic hard rock. And the last kind of half of this album is more like pop rock with some ballads and stuff. And some of these pop rock songs, I mean, there's not a bad song on here, but some of them appeal more to me than others. And I really like Steps in the Sand, which is one of the more pop rocky songs on here, but that's a very nice song. So overall, this is more of a softer album, but it has like some hard rocking epic songs in the beginning that I really like. And overall, it is a good album. Just if you like melodic rock and you don't care about whether it's metal or not, it's worth checking out. And the last one is also a Mari Hamada album, Sur Lit. And again, very, very, very nice aesthetics on here. And So this one is also quite melodic. It also kind of finds itself somewhere in between melodic hard rock and soft rock and pop rock. And it's kind of the same experience that the first songs are more hard rocky, a little bit heavier, and then it becomes progressively softer, and the last part is more like pop rock and soft rock and some ballads. And what I really like about this one is it's less epic, which, that's fine. That's not what I was thinking of. But what I really like about it is that a lot of the hard rocky songs, they're more like modern melodic hard rock and kind of a modern take on AOR, which I really appreciate. So you have some tasty melodic hard rock songs on here, and you have some soft rock, some pop rock, and again, there's not a bad song on here, but obviously some of the songs appeal more to me than others, and that includes the more hard-hitting songs, the more like, yeah, AOR-ish melodic hard rock songs. But again, if you like pop rock, if you like just rock, and you don't care if it's metal or not, and you just want a nice, solid musical experience, Sur Lee is definitely worth checking out. So there you go, a handful of CDs in this Japan-themed first impressions video. I like all of them, but as usual, check them out on your own, see if you like him, and if you do, why not support the artists and buy them in some form, physical format like I do, or maybe just a digital download or whatever, but support the artists. In any case, there you go. Thanks for watching.